Hi, I'm Greg Cummings, CEO of Power100, and we are here in New York City at RillaVoice, and we're sitting down with their CEO and co-founder, Sebastian Jiminez. Before we get started, though, on how you're the fastest growing company in the United States history, I want to give just the audience a brief summary as far as who we are. Power100, we are a national publishing organization that is solely focused on the exterior home remodeling industry. And what we do within that space is we rank the nation's top CEOs. So we start with 7,600 leaders in the company, in the companies across the country. And through our proprietary 5-layer ranking system, equipped with multiple internal dynamic algorithms, along with 2 points of human interaction, we're able to narrow it down to the top 100. But obviously, Sebastian and Rilla, they're not a home remodeling company. So why are we here? We're here because we've had hundreds and hundreds of conversations with CEOs across the country. And we have noticed commonalities of success. And we started to take notes and we started to listen to these CEOs because they were so willing to tell us what worked, but they were equally willing to tell us what they needed help with. So with that said, we tweaked our 5-layer proprietary ranking system in order to enable it to rank strategic partners within the industry. So we have reviewed over 2,200 strategic partners, and out of all that, Sebastian and his wonderful team at Rilla have been rated the #1 strategic partner in the United States. So with my introduction complete, Sebastian, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for coming, man, and thank you for stopping by the party yesterday. It was a fun time.
It was awesome. It really was. It really was. I appreciate the invite and appreciate being here. Can you tell me a little bit about maybe yourself and a brief, high-level introduction of Rilla?
Yeah, so Rilla, very simply, we're the leading speech analytics software for the home improvement industry. What that means is when design consultants, salespeople, technicians go out and talk to homeowners in their home, they record their conversations with our mobile app through their phones or tablets. And then we use AI to automatically transcribe, analyze, and give them feedback to help them improve their sales and to help their sales managers do what we call virtual ride-alongs that are 100 times faster, better, and more productive than physical ride-alongs. That's what Rilla is in a nutshell.
It's amazing. Equally amazing. So in my research, I have watched dozens of videos. I've seen you speak on stages all over the country. And, I really do feel like everybody is infatuated with the results that you're able to provide for these companies. They're such hard-driven results. Yeah. And today, I want to take, if it's all right with you, I want to take a little bit of a different approach. Mm-hmm. Instead of just talking about how great the product is and what the results are, we've already established that. That's why you're ranked #1, right? But what I want to get into is the culture. And the best way I can kind of describe it is every time I visit New York City, I feel this like electric buzz when I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm less tired. I'm more motivated to tackle the world. It's almost like its own nucleus, its own energy source. And I say that to preface, like when I come into your organization, when I come into your company, I feel that same buzz. Mm-hmm. And it could be here in New York, or it could be in Chicago where I met you, or in Dulles where you're at a show. Wherever you have a group of people, it's like you have a traveling energy source that is so incredibly contagious. And so with that, I kind of today want to really talk about the why and the how you guys are able to do this stuff. Like, how can you have such a dynamic culture here and take like it's a known, the technology you use is not like, you didn't invent this, right? It was a semi-known. It was a semi-known technology though, right?
Yes.
But you took it and you made it ultra unique and ultra powerful.
Yes. So what we did essentially was, speech analytics as a concept existed really since the 1990s. If you remember, this call's being recorded for quality and training purposes, that started when people got phone lines and you could record calls, and then you would have initially analytics meant you would have QA people manually reviewing call recordings. And then over time, we had transcription technology that came out in the mid 2000s. It was not that good. Then we got better transcription in the 2010s. So we've had speech analytics in the call center, and then in the Zoom meetings, if you join a Zoom meeting and you see like that Zoom meeting with the bot that says like, oh, note taker or someone like that.
Yep.
We've had speech analytics technologies for, 2 decades, if you go to like way back when, like the rudimentary manual way of analyzing, or a decade if you look at kind of the transcription analytics technology to analyze the transcriptions with AI. What we did that was really unique. So when I say speech analytics for outside sales and service, there is no part in that sentence that is special other than the word outside. So what Rilla did is we took a team of really smart people to focus on this singular problem of how do we bring the power of speech analytics from the call center to the real world, the outside world where most sales and service people still work today. There's like millions of outside sales and service people in home improvement and beyond that still work outside. And so everything we did as a company is we figured out the technology challenges, the product challenges, the go-to-market challenges there's thousands of them to get the technology to work from the call center in a real life environment where you're recording a face-to-face conversation with a customer in a home. And there's many, which I'm happy to talk about, but that's really the unique thing that we did for the economy, really. It's just, we figured out how to do it outside.
Are you recording this conversation?
I am not, because I threw my phone out. You are. Yes.
So that's great, but for you guys are an incredibly intelligent group, right? But there's other intelligent groups. I equate this story to who's the greatest basketball player or athlete to ever, walk this earth. Yeah. If you think Michael Jordan's the best basketball player, we're probably wrong, right? As far as ability and talent, there's probably somebody out there that we've never heard of, because they didn't have those other intangibles supporting staff or the right environment or whatever. Yeah, exactly. To kind of push that all together. So, what actually we believe makes that technology and ability to the next level, like, is exactly what you just said, the right team. But it's not the right team, it's the right leader. Yeah. We believe that great companies have great leaders with absolutely zero exception, and somebody can only go as far as their leader goes. So why do people follow you?
Yeah, I guess I would say they don't follow me, they follow the culture that we've created at Rilla. It's not a matter of like, oh, we're following Sebastian because he's charismatic and he's funny and he's like whatever. You could literally put if you do a really great job as a leader, I think that what you do is you set the culture and you create the culture and you maintain the culture and you enforce the culture. And so it's not really about you, it's about the culture that you create, and it's the culture that wins. And so I think that when you see that energy in our team and you see that in our office, we're filming on a Sunday, our team's like right there working. Their energy is created not because they're following Sebastian, they're following the culture at Rilla. And the culture at Rilla is, I think, what's really special. So beyond the technology that we're doing, which is really unique, and we've invented a lot of things to make this technology work for outside sales and for face-to-face sales and really, really complicated technical challenges. The reason why we're able to do this so fast and so quickly and why the company is growing so fast is the secret sauce really is the culture behind that, right? Not me, not me, the leader. It's the culture that we've created at Rilla, which is really unique and really special. And we modeled it after, what most founders, I would say, and most startups, they make the mistake that they start thinking about culture way too late. And so then the culture is defined randomly by just like random events that happen. It's not designed, it's not intelligently designed. Yeah. So when we started hiring people this year, like last year we were a really small company, it was the 4 founders when we were getting started. And when we knew that we were gonna start hiring people, we sat down to like really codify what our culture was going to be. And we did an exercise where myself and my 3 co-founders, Chris, Michael, and Lucas, we sat down, we wrote in a spreadsheet, what are our personal values? We saw what the overlap was. It was a lot of overlap, and that was great because we have a great co-founder relationship. We had a lot of overlap. We looked at the overlap in the values. The next exercise was we looked at the events, the important events that had happened in our history, in our short history as a company, when we made really critical decisions, and we went back to those decisions. We said, why did we make this really critical decision? What does that mean for our values? Because actions really speak louder than words when it comes to culture and values. It's like the famous example of like, I think it was Enron or one of these like really big scam companies. Like one of their values was like trustworthiness. Like you have to be trustworthy at this company. And it's like, okay, that's just like some crap that you're putting on the wall. So for the culture to be real, it has to be based in action. So we went back to our history and we said, what critical decisions have we made? Like really difficult decisions. Like one of the difficult decisions that we made was during COVID, we started the company as the second iteration of Rilla was speech analytics for physical retail. And we launched that in January 2020 with non-essential New York retailers and we grew for a whopping 6 weeks before all of our customers were, going out of business, and we almost went out of business. And everybody who trusted us and who we trusted and who cared about us and who were smarter than us, we had investors and advisors who were much more experienced, who really cared about Rilla and they really wanted the best for us. They all told us, Sebastian, offline is dead. Offline commerce is done. Stop doing speech analytics for offline commerce. Just go and do it for the call center. Do it for the call center because call center's about to pop off, right? And I was like, I don't want to do that because there's so many companies out there that are doing that. Great companies, right? There's Balto that does great work for the call center. There's a bunch of other companies that do it for the Zoom meeting. I said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do something just because other people are doing it. I'd rather be a moron, right? I'd rather be an insane moron and fail at doing something that I think is unique and that is going to lead me to the path of adventure than succeed mildly by being what we called a narc, a hack. And I used to do stand-up comedy. In comedy, people who copy jokes, we call them hacks because you're just doing something because you think it's safe, you think it's like easy and other people have done it, just do that. And so we didn't know that, like, think about this. Middle of 2020, people are saying like, we're going to be stuck here forever. We're living in the metaverse now. There's no more offline commerce. We didn't know that what we thought about the future, which was that offline commerce was still going to exist. Most of commerce in America happens offline. 85% of commerce, 99% of commerce around the world still happens offline. We didn't know that to be true. All we wanted to pick the path least traveled. We wanted really to just go on a really cool adventure with our friends. And we picked that not knowing what the future was going to hold because we had that value. We really valued going on the untraveled path, the adventure. One of our principles is, travel the untraveled path, right? Because we looked at that key event in our history, right? So.